you need to do is just go into Google and search local by FlyWheel, right? So after searching local by FlyWheel, just go into the website and of course download for free, and then just select your platform. It works for Windows, Mac, and Linux, and just enter up your details, and just they will send you the local link that you could download basically for free. So after downloading it, you'll get this really simple exe. There's no like setup needed or anything, or like any coding experience or anything like that. This is probably one of the simplest setups that you could do in WordPress. So after just opening up the installer, just select only for me, then select where you want to install it. I recommend, and also of course it's preferred to install it in local disk C. So afterwards we're gonna hit next. I'm just gonna give it a moment, and we're gonna set up a website in local. So if you don't know, these are the guys that made advanced custom fields, so it is actually pretty good. The only thing that I would say it's not really good about local is that it takes a lot of resources on your development environment, but other than that, it's pretty good, just compared to the other like development environments. So afterwards you will get this tab. As you can see, I have a couple of old websites over here. So we're just gonna create a new website. You can create from a blueprint. This is kind of like a Docker kind of thing, like it's like a pre-package already installed with like the plugins and themes and everything. But it's not like a container. It's kind of like a pre-installed WordPress installation, right? But it's not like a container in Docker. It's a little bit different than that. So we're just gonna name it Engo edu test, for example. You can name it whatever you would like. So I'm just gonna name it Engo edu and then test. In advanced options, you can set the local site domain, which we're gonna get to. This is pretty cool. So if you want to set it just to Engo edu, for example, you can just set that up. But if you add spaces, as you can see, it's just gonna make the hyphen. So just make sure to update that. Okay. And then the path, it's gonna be Engo edu. So we're just gonna hit continue. The preferred one is PHP 8.2. You can use Nginx Web Server and MySQL 8.0. This is the default one that comes with local, but I'm not gonna select that. My version, like I like to use, is PHP 8.3. For most of my web servers, I use Apache, and the database you can select, for example, Maria database. These are the options that you have for customizing local, which is another disadvantage. But again, you still can customize it. It's not as customizable as the other development environments, but it's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna make it admin just for demonstration purposes. Also, in advanced options, you can select the language. Of course, if you want to make it in German, for example, or whatever. Is this a WordPress multi-site? No, but you can add a WordPress multi-site to this, which is pretty cool as well. So we can add like subdirectories and subdomains and test all of that, and we'll get to that also maybe in another video. But for now, let's just add a regular website. It's just going to take a moment or two, and then we're going to be able to access the website. As you can see, it's just giving us a message that the etc hosts file is being modified. So what it's doing is basically just registering this site domain, right? It's not showing over here. This is the SSL certificate, which we can add afterwards, but for now it's just adding in the site domain. So if you go into engoedu.local, of course, after the installation is done, it's gonna work. It's still just adding in everything. So I'm just gonna give it a moment to install, and then we're gonna access that, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. What's pretty cool, again, like I mentioned, is that you could actually install SSL pretty simply on local. On other development environments, you can still install SSL. You can still do what I just did over here. The advantage of using something like local is that you're just doing this in one click. You're not taking a lot of time to pretty much install everything. So as you can see over here, the WordPress website has been set up. Let's set up the SSL certificate. And what's pretty cool about this is that you could test out like WP commerce, for example, like WooCommerce, like requests and like anything that would need basically an SSL connection for like production type of testing. So if I go right now into HTTPS and ngoedu.local, it's gonna work, and the antivirus is not showing me like a fake certificate or anything. This is kind of like an actual certificate, like an actual certificate issuer for SSL. So let's go into WP admin and just log in. And again, what you would find a little bit different compared to XAMPP and Laragon and stuff like that, like the development environments, is that local is basically it's installed in your users folder in your local disk C. So like the website is going to be over here. Your app folder is kind of like your public HTML folder. It's going to have your WordPress installation, but it's not going to have the Apache server and all of that. That is going to be in config. As you can see, this is the like files for the configuration of your website, but the WordPress installation is in app and then public. So that is a little bit different compared to XAMPP and Laragon, just if you didn't notice that. It also, like, and if you used Laravel Sage for WordPress before, it kind of uses the same structure, not the exact same, but kind of like the same one. So as you can see right now, we installed the WordPress website, we added an SSL certificate, and also right now it's just taking me to this redirection. But if I go into HTTPS and then the website domain name, probably maybe for HTTPS, like the admin panel, for example, is not working right now, but that is fine. Again, like I mentioned, this is just one of the features. Probably maybe I didn't set it up correctly or something. One of the things that you could add also as well in local by FlyWheel is add-ons, right? You just need to log in. I'm not really sure if I'm logged in right now, but you just need to log in. Like for example, the notes one. As you can see, I had this installed before, so I can just add in a note. Like for example, develop a block theme website. So I have this note over here. You can add in Live Reload, but it's not like gulp. It's only for CSS files, but still it's good. Headless WordPress, Xdebug, and also Image Optimizer, and some cloud backups, and also Table Plus, which is kind of like the PHPMyAdmin, but over here you're not going to use PHPMyAdmin, you're going to use something called Adminer Evo, which also gives you like a panel that you could like update the database, export the database, alter the database, whatever you want to do. Right, so that is pretty much it for installing local by FlyWheel. I hope you liked the video, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about this video. If I missed something, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This was ngoedu, and peace, you guys.